We've had the taunt, so hopefully our tank's going to survive. Now, I wonder if he's noticed, because I didn't notice that the melee was attacking from the front, which is a very big one to obviously point out is... Oh, there he goes, he's dead. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Drippy Pickles. We're going to play a game today. Yes, we are. So, I had to get into the LFR, don't picnic, in order to get a quest done. Let me turn my head sound down. I don't like listening to the game sound. In order to get my quest done, but... How can I introduce this to a daily without it being like, hey guys, we're doing LFR, blah, blah, blah. What we're actually going to do is play a little game of observations. Now, the way this works is advanced players don't use all this shit. Like, if I show you this now, like, don't use all this shit just to maximize gameplay. What you're doing is actually making life easy for yourself. That was the idea, so you weren't staring down at your action bars all the time, right? So you had the important things here so that you knew you got a notification. It's like, hey, in a few seconds, this is coming up if you want to use it. So you could just glance at it and keep going. That was the idea behind it. But I think more recently, as this stuff's become way more common, it's become kind of standard to not really look at it that way, which is kind of how I see it as being intended, and actually use it in the wrong way, which is using it as primarily a replacement for the action bars. Which it shouldn't be. Absolutely shouldn't be that way. So, what happens, and the whole reason I'm telling you this, is that you lose sight of what's actually important, or what I think is important. And what that is, in my opinion, is the ability to read the raid. Alright, what am I talking about? Well, you'll notice that raid leaders and stuff, particularly seasons ones, they notice things way before anyone else. Like, they'll be calling individual names out and stuff, right? Like, seeing things from across the raid. And that's because, like, a good player is no longer looking at their action bars. They're not doing that. They're actually looking at everything else. And it was a big thing I tried to get people to learn quite a while ago, was weighing this stuff up and being able to check the raid. Primarily, like, check what's going on there. So what you're doing is, right now, your attention, right as you're listening to me, is probably drawn here. You're probably looking at the buttons I'm pressing. You're probably trying to figure out, if you're learning to be a Vengeance Demon Hunter, for example, you're probably trying to figure all this kind of stuff out. Whereas, what we're going to do today is, we're going to be tanking the boss, but what we're going to do is going to be observing everything that's going on around you. And this will answer a lot of questions regarding mistakes and problems that are going to occur, right? And that's the important thing I want you to realize. It's the things that are going to occur, not that have occurred, but going to occur. And that's really important, because once you understand that a problem is going to occur, oh my god, it makes your life so much easier. So what I want you to do is, hopefully this guy's going to taunt off me. It's LFR, who knows? Yes, he did. Is to be watching over here, right? So what are we seeing? What are we seeing? We're going to do this through most of the LFR. Is look through, because we're obviously not going to die here. We could probably solo these bosses without much question. I'm going to use most things for damage, so don't worry about being maximum survivability. That's not really what I'm aiming for here. It's not really what I'm aiming for. So what we're seeing is things like this guy going now. You see this? You see the way these melee are hiding, like, really, really early? And now he's coming back out. You see the mistakes that are being made here? And these are the things that you're trying to learn to notice all of your own accord, is what are players actually doing in your raid? Now, the reason this is an important skill to pick up, at least in my opinion anyway, is it allows you, particularly if you're a tank, but also if you're a DPS, and especially healers. Like, healers and tanks benefit from this so much, from this little exercise, is that you learn to see problems occurring way, way earlier, and also see when players are doing things wrong, which is a valuable skill to have, honestly. It's really valuable to see what's going on here. Like, what I want you to do while you're watching this is try and put yourself in the mind of the raid leader, right? So some of you will be like, I don't want to raid lead. It's too much stress. A lot of people find it very stressful. We're looking at mechanics like Shattering Star, what's happening with that. He's over there. Cool. Everything's fine. And what we're trying to do is say, if I was the raid leader, what kind of calls would I be making now? Because most people are still so hung up on their own play that they don't really notice a lot of things going on. See, like, what's going on here? See this guy just running around? See this? Isn't this weird? And then you start to notice these crazy, crazy things that are going on. There might be a reason for it, and often trying to find a reason why that is happening is really interesting. Like, try and put a little story as to why somebody might have decided to do something like that, right? Why would you do that? That's like the question that you ask yourself is, why would you do that? What's the reason for that? And we can see a guy who's ended up... Oh, he got knocked back. Okay, so that guy got knocked back, and we can figure out that's what's going to happen there. So we're going to do that throughout the raid. And if you can find funny things, I'd love it if you could post it in the comments, like with a timestamp, because not only will that help other people, and I would... I'm kind of opening the door here, I understand that, but if we could avoid, like, saying at 2 minutes and 20, you could have pressed this, preacher, or blah, 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 right? You know, things like that. That would be appreciated. It'd be really good. So... I find this really interesting because this is actually, and what you might realize is this is actually how I play the game. I don't play the game looking here, and a lot of people find that really weird because occasionally, very occasionally, certainly if I'm streaming or I'm doing something like this where I'm trying to talk constantly and, you know, point things out to people, what you might find is that... Taunt? Afterwards, maybe? Yeah, he's taunted. Good stuff. What you might find is that occasionally I'll miss something that's right in front of my face. And that's because I'm not looking where you're looking, honestly. I'm not looking at the game like you are. I'm paying attention to a lot of other things, especially when I'm raid leading. I find it very, very interesting to keep that, to maintain that level of play. And to keep us going. Like, what's Thronok doing here? Thronok's... Well, this is an easy one. Oh, right into the tank. Oh, Thronok, man. Woo! Thronok with the big plays. Big plays. I mean, there's not many people who could... If we were to have odds on as to what could have happened here, I bet that wasn't in many people's mindset as a potential problem that could have occurred from this boss. But there you have it. Nice and easy. It was a bold maneuver by Thronok there. It's a bold maneuver. But again, Thronok maybe. Now, do you think... And I often ask myself this question... Do you think Thronok, I don't mean to call you out by name, but, you know, it was pretty obvious it was you, will learn anything from that mistake? Thronok, I mean, if we put ourselves in Thronok's shoes, and we're not trying to call Thronok out here, what we're trying to say is, put yourself in the position of that guy. Most of you know what was supposed to happen there, right? As most people in the raid knew what was supposed to happen there. But our man Thronok didn't. Did what he thought was right. Like, noticed he had a debuff. I want to point this out. Noticed he had a debuff of some description and wanted to get rid of it. Or he was trolling the tank. Either way, they could be friends for all I know. You got to bear that in mind as well. They could have just been friends who were goofing around and doing general shenanigans with each other. I'm going to run the meeting into, you know, shit like that. That could easily be the case as well. I know a lot of people like to instantly presume noob, super noob, but it's not always the case, honestly. It's absolutely not always the case. Do you think Thronok learned from his mistake there? I would say probably not, right? I mean, there's a very high chance that our man Thronok did not learn from his mistake there. Why? Because he like obviously didn't observe everything else that was going on in the dungeon, right? There's no way in hell that happened. And therefore we ended up in that scenario where Thronok just like launched himself to the wolves, so to speak, just hoping and praying not to cause any mistakes. Now, what we're not looking for, which I think is important, is people just failing mechanics. Like, it's funny and stuff, right? It's funny when people get mechanics wrong and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's fine. But generally speaking, that's not actually what we're looking for. What we're looking for is just, what are people actually doing in your raids? And that's when you notice, like, keyboard turners and things. I know a lot of people who had keyboard turners in their raid for a really long time and didn't even know it. And the main reason they didn't know it is they didn't know what to look for. So look around this room and see what you guys can find, because I always find it very interesting. I've got to spot some things. I'm going to try and call it out later. So maybe you guys will see where I'm coming from here, you know. Maybe. I mean, the next question I'm asking myself is our tank going to taunt? Which is always a big one. Like, is our tank actually going to taunt here? Who knows, right? Who knows? He did find on Goroth, so I have no reason to suspect he won't. But at 6 stacks, yep, he's taunted away. So I'm going to give you the best view I can. Now, what can we see here? We can see our man Ernie is, like, ruined up and shit. Oh, God, our tank's going to die. Okay. Our tank is going to die. So let's put him on focus for now so I can see what he's up to. He's at 2 stacks. He's fine. We've got drawing coming, which should hopefully reset his stacks. And that should be good, too. Hopefully. Oh, but our man's no longer AFK. But what was going on there? I don't know. You can also, I think it's very careful, very, very right to say, you can absolutely get this wrong. You can absolutely get this wrong and presume a lot. Which is why a good raid leader will ask questions. Right? We'll say, what was going on there? Like, I noticed you're doing something rather odd. Why are you doing that? I'll take it. If you like 6, I'll take you to 6, buddy. I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm just DPSing here anyway. God forbid the boss could actually damage me. But it's Alpha. I don't expect the boss to be able to damage me. Whoop. Get cleaved on Suns. I have a fun game here that I play with the main tank of our guild, which is how long will you leave it? Like, how long will you leave it before you actually, like, turn the boss? It's got him killed a few times. I, for one, have never died to it. So far. Now, I'm a gold main. Ooh, he's alright. He's popping coolies on it. That's fine. That's fine. He's popping some big coolies. That's all good. That's all good. So I'm noticing quite a few people here who are saving themselves. Now, this is what I'm going to point out to you because we're only halfway through the fight, so we've got plenty of time for you guys to spot what I'm seeing. I'm fighting like 3 or 4 people who are doing nothing at all but waiting for the ads to spawn. Right? Are you guys seeing it? And if you can, I'd love you to point out the players because I can see it going on. And it's an interesting thing to be able to notice is guys who are actively like trying not to DPS the boss. Let's move over here. Let's move over here. Oh, man, I'm going to have to use Demon Spikes. I'm going to use my KJs. Oh, shit, KJs. What a fucking demon. Give those guys a bit of room behind them. I can't give you a good view here. That's the only problem with it. Just kind of smells. Turn it around. No one behind me. Oh, all the melee's here. Look at this. All the melee's come to me, which is fine. Hi, guys. What's up? We've had the taunt, so hopefully our tank's going to survive. Now, I wonder if he's noticed, because I didn't notice that the melee was attacking from the front, which is a very big one to obviously point out is... Oh, there he goes. He's dead. Okay. So now we're going to play the game. Where is the melee? Where is the melee? What did the melee do? Is he going to get rezzed? I wonder if they're out of rezzes. So we might have to do some shenanigans here to actually survive, which will be kind of fun. Where are most of the melee? I'm going to... It's drawing, so I'm all right for now. Based on these drenching water positions, though, we're going to have to do another movement. So I'm going to pre-prepare for that movement. I'm going to move him back to the middle of the room. Like this. So we've got draw incoming. So let's... Well, what, oh, he's taunting it back. Interesting strategy. Let's see if this pays off for him, Con. I think he'll be fine. Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. The boss hasn't got enough health to kill him, I don't think. So that should be fine. I have no issue, like oh, don't die on me, buddy. Come on, you got this. Oh, he's tanking in the sludge. He's moving. Oh, good stuff. He's moving. Like it, like it. There's 5. I'll take it now, then. I'll take this. Hero tank. Again, a shitty view for you guys, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Not a lot. Oh, I got to share it with a few people. That's fine. Let's move back a little touch more. Let's really get our ass in the grass here. Look at this. Right in the wall. Yeah? Get our ass right in the wall. See what's going on. There goes the boss. Well, don't you find it fun? I find it really fun to watch out for people. Especially those who are not really killing the boss. So what we could do is we could scroll through. And if you ever want to test yourself, you should kind of scroll through. And you see the massive skews in enemy damage and boss damage, right? You see these really, really wonky skews when you start flicking through to see like who did like disproportionately more damage to ads than they did to the boss. And that's because they're legitimately holding back pretty heavily usually as well, actually. Holding back pretty heavily in order to do that. Now, this is going to be a really interesting boss. I do like me some Mistress. I don't really. I hate this boss. I think it's like the biggest pain in the ass in the world ever. But still, I'm a little worried about pulling here because we're going to kill everybody. But let's see. Let's have some fun anyway. What's the worst can happen, right? What's the worst that can happen? I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not as if skittish is on. Oh, I mean, 2 of these. That's excellent. Interrupt that. Get all my lovely pain. Why is it called pain, Blizz? Really? Like, of all the things to call it, fucking pain? I don't know, man. What's going on with Blizzard these days with these really sort of emo-y ideas? They love it, don't they? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of players who do love it. It's like, yeah, they work with pain, mate. Work with pain, mate. Do you know pain? Because I know pain. Because I play a Demon Hunter, though. And a fucking pain and that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Pain. You know, that's kind of the last impression you're going to get of it, right? It is the last impression you're going to get of it. But still, it's quite funny. Now, as a tank here, I'm obviously doing my best to try and stack these on top of each other so that these guys have enough room to get out safely. And I'm going to bring them back. I'm going to tuck everything into this corner. I really like this. Like, every tank has a different position for this stuff. It's weird what you think about as a tank, isn't it? Like, you think about stuff like this intently. I know lots of guys who think about this kind of thing a hell of a lot. Like, where do I put this one piece of trash that's, like, ideal for as many people as possible? And for me, this trash goes right in this corner, like tucked away. It leaves like kind of a gap around the edge. I like that. I think that really matters. Most people probably don't, but whatever. It kind of makes it easy. I mean, you can just... I mean, most people... It's LFR, so people are going to stand in it regardless. But that's not the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Oh, you taught it at the last minute, Dardana? That's pretty dope, man. Who the fuck is Dardana? The fuck? Dardana. From the Basement Heroes. Oh, you're ruined up as well. It's pretty hype. It's pretty hype. So on this boss, we're going to watch, like... it's always good to see people's reaction times as well. Like, things you notice. Who are we missing? Who's miles away? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Like, Lenios and Froza. I'm not waiting forever for you, bros. Is it just Lenios? Lenios. Alright, let's go. AFK ain't gonna get it done, bruh.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, let's have some fun. So this boss is ace for this game. I love the observation game when you're watching here. So we're listening at the start. That's pretty cool. No issue so far. Thunder Shock. Pre-move, because it's always going to be on at least one of the melee. Nice. He took it off me. I'll take that. Spirit Bomb these. I'm using most of my stuff for damage anyway. We're not moving back to the middle, which is interesting. I thought our man would have moved back to the middle, but not today, it looks like. We're avoiding tornadoes now. There's an ad miles away that I'm going to go and grab in a sec, but I want to taunt this off him. Ooh, there we go. Let's get it now. Interrupt it while we're there. And bring it back into the circle. And we're all happy. We're all happy little bunnies in our little bunny universe. There's a wave runner over there. Let's drop a Sigil of Silence on it and just taunt it over. Sigil of Silence is the fucking balls, by the way. I absolutely fucking love it. Yeah, got the taunt off. Good, good. Let's fracture these things. Let's get some aggro on these. Thunder Shock. Oh, that charge back in was risky, wasn't it? I had to get the Fell Blade, man. You got to get your Fell Blade off sometimes. Otherwise, you're just not worth doing. Oh, I have to watch my threat a little bit here, actually. Not anymore, though. So what are you guys noticing? Are you seeing some crazy things? I like seeing crazy things. Let's grab this, bring it in. It also helps, like, so much with tanking, with just spotting crazy stuff. Like, seeing problems before they become a problem, I think is just one of the most vital aspects of being a tank. I really, truly do. It's like, you know, like, suddenly you die as a tank. Most of us have been there. Like, you just die, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? And occasionally that still happens. Obviously, like, you can't get away from that happening, but the cool part about it is that you can work it in a way where that really reduces. Oh, I managed to pull it off. Nice. Ah, don't you go anywhere. Come here. Come here. Come to daddy. Yeah? Don't want to have to fuck around with you. I'm always interested by this. See our druid friend over there? It, like, literally never faces the boss. Now, there's no reason for him to face the boss. But it does tell me something, right? It tells me that he's not watching his environment, like, at all. Like, that's what that tells me. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but that's what I get from that. If I see somebody who's, like, never looking at the boss itself... I have Burden of Pain. Yeah, you got it? Cool. If I see people doing that... How did you die? See, I missed that. Bastard. Did you guys see that coming? I didn't see that coming. Failed the game, man. Failed the game. Oh, nice. We got the reset. Oh, God, we're only at stage 2. Holy shit. We're going to be here for a while. When I see people doing that, it's because they're raid frame staring. That's what I put it as. Like, if I see people doing that, I generally think you're staring at your raid frames like a hell of a lot. That's what's going on there. There's no other reasonable explanation as to why you would be doing that. I don't think so. I know some people might disagree with that, but that's what I see. Yeah, let's move. Let's go back to the middle. Oh, devouring more. Oh, it does do something. It has a slight drag to it. Okay. I always get confused by what mechanics they decide to focus on in LFR, because they've obviously changed the way LFR is working now. So it has this focus on certain mechanics aspect to it, is what they're calling it, right? It's still there. Let's go and do it. Oh, there you go. Viclet. Viclet with the carry, man. Always worth noticing who's doing your fucking stuff. Who's doing the fight and who's trying to do DPS. Don't die, bro. Oh, man. Why does this... Oh, is Dordana trying to help our tank? Oh, I see. I get it. I get it. I wonder if Dordana is tank specs. Now he's taunted. Look, we've got a three-way tank off here. We've got a three-way tank off here. This is really interesting. We've ended up in a scenario where there's guys taunting this Dordana guy. No, he's red. He's just taunting a lot. What if he's going to taunt off me now? That'll be kind of interesting, right? I mean, it's not something we expect to happen for sure, but it might be happening. No, he's not taunting off me this time. Interesting. I wonder if he's... what do we think the story is there? Presumptions, team. Let's put our fucking Sherlock hats on, and what do we think is happening there? Why is our man Dordana? I mean, we could always ask him, but what is he thinking there? Because he's obviously taunting, right? He's obviously taunting. He's probably done it before, but because he's a paladin, I haven't really paid attention. I wasn't expecting a DPS to be taunting. If we're being totally honest, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Oh, Viclet again? This fucking guy knows what's up, dude! He totally knows what's up. I love this guy. Viclet is my fucking bro, man. He's my absolute bro. I think I want to marry him. I think I want Viclet babies. Like tiny little Viclet babies. I wonder here, if we check the damage meter after, who here has a really disproportionate view of which ones they attacked. I don't know, man. A few, I would imagine. I would imagine it's a few. Ah, the frozen, though? Oh, we've got different routes, boys. Get hype. And she's dead. Oh, I did it! Yay! Yay, that was pretty good. So it's a really fun exercise that I encourage you guys to take part in because it just makes you pay way more attention. Let's see if we get any loot. Ooh, no. No. It makes you pay way more attention to what's going on. And I love that. I love just looking at different things and seeing what's going on. No, that one was good. That one was good. How's our healer team doing? All good? Oh, we were carried? No. Oh, I'm second on the healing. Which is nice. Which is nice. And Goldmace, the tanks at second and fourth, actually. But Kaylee was doing the big work. I know you guys probably want to see it, so let's go see what the loot is, I suppose. But I recommend you do that. LFR is great for it because, one, there's always something going on. Always something going on that you can be paying attention to. And it's not about taking the piss, right? It's not about taking the piss. You're not supposed to be there going, that guy's being a dick. It's about just paying attention and clocking certain things and trying to determine what could be leading to that situation. What do we think the reason is behind that? And also always keeping in mind, you could be totally wrong. You could be absolutely incorrect. You could be wildly incorrect. Please always bear that in mind. Don't be convinced of your own arrogance that you just definitely presumed what was going to be there. I'll tell you what I see. What was my fiery brand damage? Not that much, actually. Firebrand now heals you 100% of the damage done, and each enemy hit by a sigil flame increases the instant damage. Yeah. Was hoping for more there. Normal hits. Average 1.3 million. Okay. A max 619. A maximum of 1.7 million. Not bad. But yeah, that's spirit bomb damage, though. Balanced, though, right? Definitely balanced. Let's see what we got for our man today. Hopefully something glorious to go with his play. We got an 890. Okay. All right. Slight twist of stats. Raid Finder, Warforged. Raid Finder? This guy's done normal mode like 4 times. What the fuck? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that just brings to the end of the daily. Oh, I know what you guys want to see. I'm sorry. I'm doing it now. I can already feel your comments burning through my soul. But the big thing is, once you have done LFR, we got some tier hands. Not bad. I'm sure there's somebody out there who's desperate for tier hands who's really angry at me right now, but I can't help that. That's not my fault. It's to find some use for Raid Finder. If you are going to do it to finish a quest or whatever, find some use in it and try and expand your horizons. The main goal of this exercise is to stop you staring just here, because there's all this going on around you. All this stuff is happening around you. It's happening in the distance. Like, there's stuff happening over here that you can be aware of while you're here. And you kind of like see so many more things happening if you could just learn to pay attention while using this stuff that people have gotten to rely on as a crutch, as just a stop measure. All right. It's just like, that's my action bars, basically. You might as well just drag your action bars up here if that's what you're going to use it for. That's not why we do it. We do it so we can easily, at a glance, get a full grasp of our character's situation while looking everywhere else. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.